Alright, Shalawam. I just want to start this video by giving all praises to Yahawashi Hamashiach. All praises due. Today's video, I wanted to do a message on freeing yourself from bondage. Because being in this truth and knowing you're an Israelite and knowing that we keep Yahawashi's commandments, it's important to keep in mind that we are, free from bondage, that the law had brought. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Yeah, there's going to come a time where, we're out of bondage from under the law specifically, but there's going to come a time where we're out of bondage from under our enemies. And it really starts with the mindset of freeing yourself in your mind now. We gotta keep in mind that we're not going to be in bondage under our enemies much longer. It's just very important that we keep that in mind, because I say it almost every video, we're coming into some heavy times, so we just got to continue to press forward and, thank Yahawashi Hamashiach that he's going to get us out of the hell that we've been under for quite some time now. So this is Romans chapter 8. I believe it is verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. So yeah, we gotta, it's really important that we stay in the spirit of liberty, because it's what we have. We are under the law of liberty, and Hamashiach doesn't want us, being in bondage in the spirit anymore. We have freedom, and we need to continuously thank him for that, because the price he paid on the cross, was sufficient enough to free us from under the law. He fulfilled the law and he put it away. And go to a next precept. This is Galatians chapter 4 and verse 3. Even so, when we were children, we were in bondage under the elements of the world. See, going back to bondage again. When we were in, out of this counsel of, knowing we're an Israelite, knowing the name Yahawashi Hamashiach, knowing that we're under the law of liberty, and we ultimately, when we came back into this truth, it freed us. It freed us. It freed us spiritually, mentally and spiritually, physically as well, It freed us, I believe it freed us on all aspects. But I'm going to go down to verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, the power sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. So yeah, we were redeemed under the law. And since we were redeemed under the law from the law of Moses into the law of liberty, we can be free again, you know? We don't, you know, we just keep Yahawashi's commandments. It's just two greatest commandments. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And wait, let me, Salakia. Oh yeah, love thy neighbor as thyself, and love, you know, him with all thine heart, all thy mind, and all thy strength. Keep those two commandments, hang all the law and the prophets, mainly concerning the Pharisees, about the prophets, you know. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and Salakia. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse, I'm going to start verse 17. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Yeah, we have the Spirit of Yahawashi Hamashiach on us. How do we know that? Because 2 Corinthians 3 chapter 17 says, now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. If you go to church houses, or, you know, you're listening to these Pharisees, you know, if you're under bondage from Christianity, you know, well, Christianity, I mean, it puts you in bondage because you think that, you know, you're going to hell if you don't go to church or you don't worship Cracker Jesus. That's the way that Christianity mostly puts you in bondage, and the way that the Pharisees put you in bondage is say you got to keep 613 laws to the best of your ability. They know they can't do it, and they have no faith in the fact that they're qualified for salvation, and they don't, because they rejected Yahawashi in their past lives, and he's blinded them and kept them in a 2,000-year-old mindset, resurrected back in this regeneration. So I'll read it again. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 17. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. Going back to Luke 9 and 35. This is my beloved Son, hear him. That's what Yahweh, you know, said for us to do. We must listen to Yahawashi. And under this law of liberty, we have liberty. We know we do. So we have nothing to worry about, and we know we're the elect because we can grasp this and get this truth. But this is Galatians chapter 5. This last precept I want to get into. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1. Stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Hamashiach hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. What's the yoke of bondage? It's the law of Moses. You know, thinking you're sinning because you're eating pork, or thinking you're sinning because you're not keeping the Sabbath. You know, just all this hardcore bondage on your spirit that, you know, clearly goes against the scriptures. Clearly goes against the scriptures. We're not supposed to be in bondage anymore. You know, he freed us, and, you know, all we got to do is keep his commandments. If we do that, we have nothing to worry about. I also want to go down to verse 4. Hamashiach is become of no effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. Plain as day right there as well. Doesn't want us to be justified by the law anymore. We're not under the law of Moses anymore. We are under the law of liberty. And I want to get this last precept to show that we are under the law of liberty. to this day. Shish. James chapter 2 verse 12 says, "Speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty." Plain as day, we have freedom, and it all starts with our mindset and our spirit, building our spirit into this law of liberty, and knowing that we are free from bondage altogether. These Pharisees, they're done for. These church house goers, these Moni do-its, as Matthias says, shout out to him. You know, they're done for. They are in utter darkness, but all praise to Yahawashi Hamashiach that we are in the marvelous light, and we'll never leave. You know, we won't put us back to sleep again of the knowledge of this law of liberty. We repented in our past lives, and now, since we took it unto death, he promised to wake us back up in this lifetime, and he's fulfilled his promise. So all praises to Yahawashi Hamashiach for that. And yep, I think that's the message today. Just, you know, we're free from bondage. We're free from bondage, Yasharala. We are free from bondage under Yahawashi Hamashiach. So we're gonna end this video by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. All praises to you, and see you on the next one. Shalawam.